Hi guys! I actually just did this video and I have the camera facing the opposite way so I can't see myself, and I completely went over the time. I only had like 19 minutes on the video camera to record, and I went over the time, so I just sat here for like 20 some minutes talking to myself, and I can't even upload it. So I'm going to try to go a little bit quicker. I talked a lot and I talked really quick in the video. But basically I haven't been around, I haven't uploaded because 3 or 4 weeks ago, approximately, I actually went to the ER because I was having pain in my side. And to make a long story short, I was admitted for emergency surgery. My gallbladder had to be removed. So my gallbladder was removed, so I was just kind of recovering from that. And that was a fairly easy recovery. I did have quite a bit of pain in the beginning, the first few days, and that was mostly due to like gas bubbles in the stomach and stuff like that from where they they actually put air into the stomach so that they can see better. It was laparoscopic, so the healing time wasn't that long. But anyhow, I don't want to talk too much about all of that. My kids started school a week after that, so then we were really busy with starting school and getting them situated and on a schedule. And then this whole week, today's Friday, this whole week my daughter's been sick. She was sick, she had a cold, and we had just caught it in time. We took her to the doctors because it just wasn't getting better. She had just started to develop pneumonia in her left back lung. So she was put on antibiotics, and today was the first day that she went back. So I wanted to get this video out, and she's actually going to be home soon. So I apologize if I'm talking quick. I just really want to get this video out, and I really have a lot of information that I want to put into the video. So as you can see in front of me, I have the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards here by Tori Hartman. And then I also have her toolkit here. Now these do not come together, they do come separately. You can use the oracle cards by themselves, or you can use the toolkit, the book by itself, or you can use them together. So you don't have to purchase them both if you don't want to. Now, yeah, I purchased this for approximately 17, I think it was 17 and some change, and then it was like 11 and some change for the book. It was like $32 for both of them combined. So not bad. Now this book is a 52-week journey of self-discovery with the lost fables, and I'm going to explain to you what those lost fables are. I'm going to actually move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing, but I just wanted to like say hi and explain to you where I've been. So I'm going to move the camera down now, and I've been 3 minutes. Okay, so I've only been 3 minutes into my time. All right. So, for those of you who do not know about the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, and I'm sure that if you are, a reader, or if you're interested at all in tarot, I'm sure that you know what these cards are, or who, the whole story behind them. They were created by Tori Hartman, which she is a intuitive and a spiritual teacher, and she had a near-death experience many years ago where she said that angels came to her and were telling her these stories, and these stories are what became the fables and the basis of what you see here. So this whole chakra setup system that she has came from a set of angels that gave her these stories. And these stories she realized later in life, because she didn't do this right away. She had these stories locked away in her drawer for many years, and finally she realized that they meant something, and that they were helping people to really discover more about themselves. So, getting more into the cards, we're going to talk about the cards first. They come in this nice little sturdy box, and it has the little pull-out drawer, which I think is so cute. And then we have the guidebook here. let's talk about the guidebook first. The guidebook is a really nice size. It's thick and it's color, which I think is great. So in the guidebook, she goes into the introduction here, and this is where she tells her story, a little bit of her story, and she talks about how to set intentions with the cards, how to meditate with the cards, and then she starts with the chakras. Now, there's 7 chakras, excuse me, and for each chakra she has 7 cards. So, she has 7 cards, 7 of the red cards. The red cards would be for your root chakra. She doesn't go by the names of the chakras, she just uses the colors. But the red chakra is the root chakra, and it's about your grounding. It's about your foundation. Now, what I also like about this is that for each card, it goes, how can I say this? Okay, so for the first one, it's strictly red, and it talks about your grounding, your foundation. The second one we're going to have red, and then also the second chakra, which is orange. And you can see in the cards how there's the orange outlining the person. And then in the third one you see yellow. And then in the fourth one you'll see green, and so on. They'll be incorporated in the cards. So, for example, you're dealing with foundation here, and then in the second one you'll be dealing with foundation that's somehow related to emotions, because the second chakra is about emotions. So that's what she does with all of the chakras. And so she has the cards listed here, a view of the cards, and then she talks about the overall impression, the keywords, manifesting intentions, and then on the next page she gives you a glance at each of the cards and just an overall meaning of that card. And then she goes into the cards specifically one by one. Now, we have renewal, which is geranium. So this is a story of a plant that she's in a pot and she gets replanted into the earth, and she's really sad that she's lost her pot. But then she realizes that she's able to grow and expand and become bigger and better and more beautiful. So the lesson here that I learned is that sometimes we get comfortable being where we are or in situations that we're in, and we're really limiting our growth. Sometimes we stay in relationships that are limiting our growth. Sometimes we stay in a house or in a place and we don't move forward, or a job. It can be, you can relate to this in many different ways. But anyhow, the story here, and they call it the legend, it's just a very small portion of the story that she was told by the angels. And that's where this toolkit comes in, because in this toolkit, it tells you the entire story. So you get a little gist of the story here with the guidebook, but then if you have the toolkit, you will know the entire story, which is always better than just knowing part of it. And then, like I said, she has the legend here, inspiration, and then she gives you questions to ask yourself, key ideas, keywords, and then a meditation for each card. I'm not the type of person to really meditate, but I think that it's wonderful that she has a meditation for each card. So she has that for each card, every single one, and then we go into the orange, same thing for each one. She does have the 7th chakra here, which is, it's gray, but she calls it neutral. And that would be the crown chakra. That would be the neutral chakra. So this is, no judgment. There is no judgment with this chakra. And then so after the chakras, she goes into layouts, which are like spreads. So she's got one on money, she's got one on making breakthroughs, your generic 2-3 card spreads. She has a chakra spread here as well. And what I like about this is that she has a sample reading for every single layout that she has in here. So there's a sample reading for each one. And then final thoughts, and that's it. So that is the guidebook. Beautiful, colored, very informational guidebook. So that is that. And I'm not going to show you all the cards. I was going to put them in order for you guys and show them all to you, but I'm just going to show a few. Like I said, I'm limited on time. But these are the backs of the cards, which are very similar to the box, just a little bit different. But these are the backs of the cards. Now, I thought these cards were a little bit bigger than they are. When I first opened them and I saw, this one's actually growth. So when I saw them, I was a little disappointed because they're smaller than your average oracle size. They're almost similar to a tarot size card, maybe a little bit larger. But I thought they were going to be thin and flimsy, and they're not. They're not at all. They're like really thick. They're really nice, like a toss between matte and gloss, and they shuffle. They shuffle great. I think they're wonderful at shuffling. I do not usually rifle shuffle, so if you are a rifle shuffler, I'm not sure how they'll shuffle in that way. I'm not even going to try because I don't like to mess up my cards. There are some decks I have that I will rifle shuffle because I don't, you know, they're worn out and I don't care as much about those decks. But I think they shuffle great. So if I have time, I'm going to show you some of the cards and then I'll go into the toolkit. And then if there's time, I'll pull a card and give you an idea. Oh, and confusion. Is someone going through some confusion right now? So we'll go back to this card. We'll go back to this one and we'll talk about that. So there's confusion. We have workaholic. That was a neutral card, by the way. This is the throat chakra, which is the blue chakra, which has to do with communication. We have complacency, which is the root chakra, foundation. We have prayer, which is the intellect, the, what is it, the solar plexus? Is it the solar plexus? I'm not even sure. I know there's sacral and solar. I think it's the solar plexus, and sacral, I believe, is the orange, but I could be wrong. Self-worth. She doesn't go by the, I think I said that right, she doesn't go by the actual names anyway. Let's see, mysticism. Let's see what else we got. Here's the renewal card. So this is the very first card that we were just talking about. So yeah, so sometimes the keywords might not be what you actually think when you see the word or you think of that word, but when you read the story, and that's why it's good to have the toolkit, because if you have the entire story, then you can understand better where the keywords came from. So I think I showed you one in all the chakras, maybe not green. Oh, that might have been first. We have gossip. Instinct. Oh, and this one, trickery. This is funny because my fiance pulled this card and I'm thinking, oh, who are you trying to confuse or manipulate? Because this is about manipulation and making things seem, you know, a way that they are not. And come to find out, he had actually left his wallet at work, and this is something that he does all the time, and I complain about it, and I'm like, why in the hell do you leave your wallet at work, like, all the time? So instead of telling me this time, he failed to mention it, and he was using cash. I usually, you know, I do the budgeting, and I deal with the money and everything, so there was some confusion with what money was being spent, and come to find out, he was using cash and just didn't tell me. He led me to believe that he was using the ATM card. So he didn't exactly lie. You know, I had asked him, did he get money out of the ATM? He said yes. So that was kind of like a lie, but he was trying to make me think that he had his ATM card so that I wouldn't bitch at him, basically. And so, you know, that card picked it right up. So yeah, then we have the toolkit, and like I said, we don't need the toolkit to work with the cards. However, I think it's a great idea. I'm going to check the time. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, yes, I do have to count my fingers. So I only have 5 minutes left, guys. I had so much I wanted. I'm wondering if I should, like, delete some more footage. Okay, I'm going to try to do this. So, again, same thing as the guidebook. So she goes into how to use the book. She has the introduction about her story in the beginning. And then she talks about the chakras. She gives you an overview of the chakras and, you know, what they represent. Just more information. Like I said, it's just very more in depth. The first week, so this, like I said, is a 52-week journey of self-discovery. So each week you're going to be dealing with a card. There's 2 weeks in this book that you do not work on a card, and that is this first week, which she just talks to you about what you're going to be doing each day of the week, and she talks about the 3 aspects of the fable, which is darkness, dawn, and light. Darkness is the subconscious, the issue, the underlying issue. Dawn is what you are realizing or what is dawning on you, and light is the highest calling of the fable, the aspect that brings you inspiration. So she talks about that. And then the other week is going to be in the middle of the book. Once you complete the red, orange, and yellow chakras, she's going to talk to you that week about integrating those chakras. And then after that, you'll go into the green chakra. So, as I said, so we start with renewal. As I showed you in the guidebook, there was just this little tiny piece of story. Now you have this entire fable. Then she goes into asking questions to kind of self-reflect, like, am I limiting my growth by, refusing to let someone go? Just different questions that really make you think, and it makes you think about where you are in your life and what you need to change. So Monday is the fable. Monday we talk about the fable and the aspects of the fable. Tuesday, she gives you the coloring of that card, which with renewal would just be strictly red because it's the first card of the red chakra. Tuesday, she talks about the color. Sorry. Wednesday, I'm trying to talk so fast. Wednesday is the journey, which she gives you journal ideas, and she asks you to do a journal entry. Thursday is making a connection, so she gives you solo exercises to do with yourself, as well as group exercises to do with a group in case you have, a group on Facebook that you want to work with, or friends and family. And then Friday is meditation, and she gives you a meditation each week for each card, just like in the guidebook. And then here you start week 3 with the next card, and then so on. And so you just go all through the cards until week 52, and then you have a conclusion. So that is the book. This is the deck of cards. I think I told you the price on that. Let me see what time it is now. How much time we got? Oh, okay, 18. Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and do a separate video where I pull a card and talk more in depth about what is in this book, and more about how you can learn about things and how you can learn more about yourself and whatnot. One suggestion, if you do purchase the toolkit, because I thought that you could actually write in the toolkit if there was a space to do that, but there is not. So I have purchased my own little notebook, and as you can see, I've already written a ton of stuff. So purchase a notebook to do your self-reflections, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and share it with people, and subscribe if you're interested in watching other videos. I hope you guys have a great Friday, a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon. All right, bye.